Hey gang, so non-bank loan type number 2, minimum credit scores. So one of our advantages as a broker is that we're not hamstrung by having to utilize one particular bank's guidelines and requirements as it relates to standard minimum credit. It gives us a little bit more nimbleness, it gives us more options, it gives you more options as far as speed in the process, pricing, loan size, and on and on. So 2 important notes about standard minimum credit scores. There are a couple of different types of commercial loans where credit is not placed, credit, the premium is not placed on your credit score. Equipment financing, for example, the bulk of the underwriting is put on the equipment itself and on the strength of the business and you as a borrower, not necessarily your credit profile. So you can have a lower credit score and still be able to get great execution on equipment financing. Another type of loan that's not credit sensitive necessarily, bridge loans and private money. Those types of loans are more about the collateral than they are about your credit score. So if the collateral is there, the rest of the loan makes sense, but the only weak spot is credit, then that loan will typically get done. Once again, maybe not at your bank, but with us being able to select a capital partner for you, that's usually where it comes into play. The third type of loan where credit is not as important as you may think it would be is in a working capital, term loan, or line of credit. If the business is strong enough and you as a borrower are strong enough, then you can have FICOs in the 5s. It's not ideal, it's not common, but we can do that, and we've done it before. The rates are higher. We make sure borrowers are going in wide-eyed to the process to realize the cost of the capital is somewhat prohibitive unless you need it for a valid business reason and you know what you're getting into. So equipment finance, bridge loans, and working capital are all great examples of loan products that are not credit sensitive necessarily, unless your bank has an overlay, in which case they would be credit sensitive. Now, there are typically 2 types of commercial loan products that are credit sensitive. One is an SBA loan, and typically the minimum FICO score on an SBA product, depending on the bank that you go to, is anywhere from 650 to 675 and up even into the 700s. With us, our standard minimum credit score for SBA loan is 620. So once again, it gives us a little bit more opportunities than it would be your local bank because we're able to pick from a variety of banks that have sliding or varying rather FICO score minimums. And then lastly, commercial real estate. Typically, we've seen borrowers in the low 5s on that. Our average FICO score is in the high 6s, low 7s. I should get that out there. But if the rest of the deal makes sense, but the credit for good reason or for happenstance or for perhaps circumstances that were beyond your control, it's low. It's not a deal killer. In some instances, in some banks, it would be. But once again, because we have relationships and we've got an assembled suite of lenders and banks that we work with, it gives us an opportunity to place those lower FICO score loans. So if you have a FICO score that's not perfect, if you've got some blemishes, if you've got some dings and some dents in your credit history, please give us a call today. We've got homes for those types of loans. That's all I got.